Our question for the day is, how do I write good notes and how do I keep on top of my notes? So I'm going to plug TherapyNotes and Clearly Clinical right now. They have a great training available on clinical documentation. We actually have all of our new hires take that training. I will put a link in the comments below on this live so you can have access to it. It's so great. I've gotten such good feedback from people on it, both on my team and just people that we've shared it with on, the documentation, how good it is and how informative it is. So as always with documentation, you want to make sure that you're putting in enough information, but that you're also covering your bases and covering, your liabilities and not adding too much information, because there are some things that maybe you don't want to add. I'm not going to go into like this deep, long discussion on the ethics of what needs to be included in your documentation. But basically, you want to make sure that you're covering any risk assessments that you've done. You want to cover like a simple mini status exam. You want to review any medications your client's on and include that. You want to share any reports that your clients have on their symptoms and their functioning. You want to talk about the interventions that you did, how they did with the interventions, what the plan is that you have, and make sure that any kind of like really relevant information that your client shares in session, that you're including that. Now, you may be thinking, wow, that sounds like a lot. If you're already using an electronic health record, you want to use the templates that they provide. They're usually pretty good. I know the TherapyNotes template is really great because it hits most of those areas and expands on it, and then you can expand on it. You can also work on making sure that you are not taking too much time writing notes. I have heard some people say it takes them 15 minutes to write a note. I think that's too long. I think there's a lot of overthinking maybe that is going along with that. So you want to shoot for a goal of no more than 5 minutes. I've seen people who are really concise, like 2 to 3 minutes. I'm in the 2 to 3 minute range. I'm pretty concise in my notes. I've been writing notes for a long time. So I try not to overthink it. And so I think that's one of the biggest things that happens, is that you start to overthink it. Some tips and strategies to help you with your note writing: take notes in session. I've got my pen and paper and pad right here, and I don't take a lot of notes in session, but if I have things like new medications for a client, or if they've said something or something has shifted, or they're really reporting on a lot of symptoms, I'm definitely going to write that down and I'm going to bring it to the note. And I might even ask in session, like, listen, this is really important. I need to document this. And I might just type it up right then, or just take the last 5 minutes. A lot of people do concurrent documentation with their clients. Depends on your style. I think a lot of this depends on your own personal style. But I would say set a goal for yourself. Say, I'm not going to take any more than 5 minutes a note or 3 minutes a note, and stick to that and really work on not overthinking it and making sure that you're getting that documentation in session, or that information in session, so you can document. I'm going to give you another tip, but first I want to thank our sponsor, TherapyNotes. If you're looking for an electronic health record that is really full service, that will help you write your notes, will help you stay on top. They send you reminders, which is so nice. It's like, you have this note to do, please do this. I want you to check out TherapyNotes. I'm a big fan of electronic health records in general, and we use TherapyNotes, and I would highly recommend that you check them out. So a special thank you to TherapyNotes. One tip about writing notes, it can't be, understated, and it's so important, is doing your notes in a timely manner. I know. You have to see your clients, you have to return phone calls, you have to do maybe some billing, you have some marketing to do, and who wants to write notes? It's like the last thing you want to do. I get it. But the faster you can write your notes in terms of like the length of time from your session, the better quality they will be, because you will remember more. Now, that's not always the case. Sometimes I get behind in my notes too. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I need to write, 10 notes. Where and I don't like to have notes backed up personally. And so I get it. Like, we can't always do that as practitioners. We're pulled in a lot of directions. We have a lot of things going on. But if you really want to stay on top of your notes, I think it's easier to write them sooner than later. And I always tell this to anybody I supervise. I tell this to my team. I keep this keep this adage to myself. When you get behind on your notes, it's so hard to get caught up. It is easier to stay caught up than it is to get behind and then have to catch up. And so set time in your schedule. If you do 50-minute sessions, sit down and write that note. If you're doing it virtually, I have found personally doing my note right after session has been much easier because I'm already on my laptop. I just pull up the note, very easy, very quick. So there are some tips for you right there in order to stay on top of your notes and write good clinical notes. I will link that training. Phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. Good luck writing your notes. I know it's not a fun topic, but thanks for being here with me today. I'll see you soon, everybody. Bye.